Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Mailchain's Dev Spotlight series. It's so good to have you here and it's so good to get this project started. This is something that at Mailchain we've been wanting to do for a long time. It's our chance to really hand over the mic and put the spotlight on some of the fantastic developers that we've met over the last few years, that we've met more recently at Denver, that we're talking to on a daily basis, hackathons that we're running and partnering with. So yeah, this is the first episode of the series. And as the name suggests, it's all about talking to developers, finding out what projects they're working on, finding out what they're excited about in Web3, where their passion comes from. And it gives you a chance to discover them and discover some of the excellent tools that they're building. But let's get into the first episode. So today we're meeting with Karan, who is the developer behind UDTools, which is a much more straightforward and simple way to mint subdomains from Unstoppable Domains. It's a fantastic little tool. He's done a wonderful job of bringing it together so quickly. I'm pretty sure it gets a ton of users because minting subdomains is a huge opportunity with Web3 identities at the moment. So yeah, we're going to jump in and find out a bit about him, the project, and why he's in Web3. Let's get to it.
Okay.
Cool. Well, it's really good to have you here, Karan. Thank you so much for taking a bit of time to talk with me and talk with Mailchain ecosystem and part of the Unstoppable Domains ecosystem. We at Mailchain are a huge fan of Unstoppable Domains. We're a fan of any Web3 domain service. But what we're here to do today is not talk about us, but to talk about you and to learn more about the tools that you've been developing, the other tools you have going on, what fascinates you about Web3 and why you got into it. So I'm going to stop talking for once and I'm pretty much going to hand it over to you. But it would be great to get an introduction to who you are, what you've built, and what you're up to. So over to you.
So my name is Karan Goraniya. I am from India. So recently I built UDTools.app. And this app allows you to mint subdomain on unstoppable domain. Suppose you have primary domain on unstoppable domain. So if you want to mint a subdomain, so it was like a little bit complicated. So I built UDTools.app for everyone to use it free.
So you've created a much more friendly and sort of UX friendly way to mint subdomains across. Does it work across all unstoppable domains?
Yes, across all unstoppable domains.
Amazing. So how did this idea come about? What was the thing that inspired you to do this?
Okay, late in November end, everyone was chatting on the UD Discord server. So some people there where to buy subdomain, how to buy. So the process was lengthy. So we have to go on the Etherscan or Polygon scan, and then you have to put all the data XYZ thing in the blanks, and then you have to trigger a transaction. So for a newcomer, it will be hard to do this thing. So I have to take this opportunity. So I tell that I will make tool for you, one of my friends. Then I started working on this. Everyone think if I ask Dev. We have every Thursday we have Dev hours. So if any developer have question, so UD Dev answer them. So the remaining thing I ask them what things are needed to build this and XYZ thing. Then I try, and I also wanted to use my skill to make more polish and improve. So,
Yeah.
and then I started simple one. So then it take about 2 weeks just know basic about that all the things. And then I started on normal one. So normal one was ready. Before that, the design was very bad. Then I improved this one. So now this is working and add many features like you can also buy subdomain and with validation also. So anybody cannot spam. Like if you write Bitcoin dot Ethereum, then it will give you error. And we have also like added also feature like if you don't want to put the address, then you can put also your reverse resolution. Suppose be honest with NFT, then it will auto capture the address.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have also other tools. Like if you want to check anyone PFP, just type the name, and the PFP will be shown there. And other tool is also there. Like suppose you want to check my domains, my wallet address, old UD domain. So it is beta stage, not perfectly, but will improve later on. So if you try to put anyone address, you will see all the domains of the user with PFP.
That sounds really good. Yeah. So how much of UD tools did you develop on your own? How much did you work with the community, etc.? Yeah.
Okay. So most of part of that built by mine. Some work like if I stuck where in some CSS problem because CSS is my weak, like high level of.
Nobody likes CSS. It's a nightmare. Yeah. Not even the UX designers like it.
Yeah. So because the main face of the any app or any product is the UI UX.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my one of friend is all.
Did you manage to find some friendly UX developers in the community to help you, or did you just struggle along?
One of my closest friend is UI UX designer.
Okay, good.
So he helped me to make the homepage, and the second page, main page, I made by own, like some idea goes in the mixing the color.
Yeah, I really like the homepage. By the way, it's very cool. The whole cyberpunk neon feel. It's nice, man. I like it. Yeah. What parts of Web3 are you most passionate about?
Mostly like EVMs, chain, all the EVM chain. But I like more to explore in like Solana, Polkadot, Aptos, and Sui. But after EVM all chains, like if you come to compare, like a Polygon to Ethereum, all the EVM, I like more like Polkadot is one of my favorite.
Yeah, yeah. Were you happy to see the Polygon and Unstoppable Domain collaboration? Was that a good thing for you?
Yeah, that was a good thing, I think. Polygon and later or sooner it will be happen because Unstoppable Domain was deployed on Polygon.
Yeah. They're a really good organization. Everybody that we've worked with at Unstoppable has been really helpful. Really nice community, and it leads to fantastic developers like you. So everybody wins. Yeah. So this is a bit of a broader question. It doesn't really touch too much on your developer background, but where do you think the future of Web3 identity, domain ownership, communication, etc. What do you think about this sort of this journey that we're on at the moment, where a lot of domain providers are starting to move into identity providers? How does that work with your setup?
Okay. So first of all, there are many providers. Like the first one was the Ethereum, ENS one, on Ethereum chain. Later, we have seen lots of domain in the market, but if we compare to like each other, all are not stay in the market. As per my knowledge and I have searched, like if there is any particular use case, like how Unstoppable Domain have no own token. Like if you see some of them, someone don't remember some of the name service. So in Unstoppable have all the like use case, like login with Unstoppable. If you want to log in anything, they provide the identity, and they have also like no renewal fees. Once you have minted the domain, then is your lifetime free.
Yeah.
And they have like a limited TLD. So something is limited is more valuable than more things.
For sure, the scarcity model of these TLDs is certainly an incentive for people. But what do you think people will do who they come to the game late and there aren't as many TLDs available? What do you think they'll do? Will they just have more and more abstracted TLDs, or is this where subdomain management really becomes important?
Yes, like if you have, I have my own organization, and I want to give everyone email to our team, and so subdomain play main part of this because like our Unstoppable partner like Mailchain, other are there, Ethermail. So subdomain there play main part. If you want to issue all the domain, so I will type like this, xyz.xyz.nft or xyz thing. So it will helpful for the community. In reality, like a subdomain don't have value like primary domain.
Yeah.
Because primary domain is the key. In these many aspects, subdomain are helpful if you want to create a community and some assist to the team, or if you want to want to make some class in education. If we say subdomain, then in education purpose is also implemented in easy to use also.
Yeah.
And other I think user can also upload their website. So it will also helpful if someone want to use. See, like later there are less browser that redirect to IPFS and the gateway.
Yeah.
But maybe in future, what if all the remaining browser like Chrome, Firefox, XYZ they implement IPFS gateway? So if I want to see like check my portfolio resume, go to this,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
it will help me in the many ways. In some aspect, like they have real value in the real world.
I do believe that that is the way that these browsers are starting to move. We start to see it a little bit with Brave and there are some other actually I think Opera is one of them now, but there are other
Opera, yeah.
browsers out there that support the IPFS gateway and sort of domain lookups, which is such an important part of it, because on one hand you have to purchase your domains, you have to mint subdomains, whatever it is you're trying to do. But that's only one half of the battle. The other half of the battle is how people can actually use them and access them. Are there any developments or new tools that you've seen that you're excited about that might be being developed?
Related to UDTools or?
Well, it can be, or just in Web3 in general. What makes what are you passionate about in Web3? What gets you excited?
Like I like to build like some new projects, which like interesting new technologies, something like cross-chain compatibility and different things like that. So there are also new features will become on the UDTools recently.
Yeah.
And also plan to launch like a DAO for UD community.
Nice, very cool. I like that. Yeah. I'll keep an eye out for that.
And
That sounds like a good DAO.
Yeah, but no, currently I have just decided how basic thing, not yet finalized, because there were many hurdles like how to part of the token. Everyone have to participate in the DAO. There will be like any premium member, like 3-digit holder. Then there will be separate group for them.
Yeah.
But there will be no token.
Like you're coming up with something cool. Okay, I like that. Yeah, I mean, building a DAO and managing a community is it's a big task. It's a difficult thing to do. So you gotta think it through.
Yeah, like it will help like community. So if someone want to like request UD for like some features or anything want to do or support any crisis or XYZ thing, so UD community will help anyone say if reasonable or anything useful to the community.
Yeah.
So that kind of DAO run by community.
Yeah.
Not like recently
a truly open DAO community. And have you worked with the people at UD for this idea, or is this a Karan special new project?
No, I think about it, but about like premium group like 3-digit, he one of the biggest like big whale of the UD holder. He tell me about this idea like a 3-digit one.
Yeah.
So I told I already have idea this DAO, but not like you have tell me like 3-digit one.
Yeah. Okay. If you were to give some advice to a Web3 developer or a Web3 user starting out for the first time, this year, what advice would you give them if they wanted to build, tools just like you do?
Okay. So first of all, create like a community, join the community, different events, hackathon, like be active on Twitter, because if you surf more and more about Web3 space, you will learn more. Then if you explore more, then you will find something interesting. And I want to build this, something like that, XYZ thing. So surfing in the more in the Web3 space, join the community, because Web3 always run with community. You can't go alone in the Web3. Work with team, like I have seen compared to Web2.
Yeah.
In Web3, always we have to build in a group like team that help more compared to single if you go alone. And join hackathon, event, conference, XYZ. You will learn many things from the builders, senior dev, or CEO, CTO. They also organize, like they also present at the different events. Then
Perfect. I mean, that's so true. One of the greatest things about Web3 is that it truly feels like a revolution where everybody is building together. No one's sort of left on their own. It's a lot less competitive and it's a lot more collaborative. So I think that's fantastic advice. Thank you so much for your time and talking with me today. We're always really impressed with what the developers around the world are producing, but UD Tools was an amazing example of something that really fit and really solved a problem that people were experiencing, on a day-to-day basis. So congratulations to you for being the one to solve the problem. I think if anybody's watching this and hasn't been to UD Tools and has some unstoppable domain names, go and check it out. I'll leave a link in the video. But it's been amazing speaking to you, Karan. Thank you so much. We will always keep in touch. I will keep an eye out for the DAO, the UD DAO. And please let us know what you're working on next, and we can go from there.
sure. And thank you so much for presenting on the call.
Thank
It's all
you. Awesome.